Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying Innis Gunn's Caribbean Rum Cask from Edinburgh, Scotland. Thanks for joining us. Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. We have got a special guest today, as you can tell, so we'll get there in just a second. But we are having a fun beer today, and I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I'm Ben. Of course, our special guest, we've got Don from Don's Beer Reviews. Don, definitely appreciate you joining us today. Thanks for joining the show.
Hi, folks. It's a real pleasure to join you. I'm a big fan of the show. Your great reviews. So it's a real pleasure to join.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Don's got his own beer review channel that he does from over in Scotland. When we started doing this show, we looked at some of the others that were doing it, and Don's one that we've enjoyed over time and really enjoy watching your channel and the beer you're reviewing. The only thing I hate is that we can't get a lot of the beer that you can. So
I'm lucky I can get a lot of European beers, Belgian beers, German beers, English beers.
You're getting a lot of U.S. beers that we can't get.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. I'm getting fresh, newly minted American beers.
We live in a horrible place in the U.S. for beer.
Yeah, I've spoken to this before about the distribution in the U.S. And it's a lot of it's tied up with there's deals tied up there, and it's things like it's messy, isn't it? But you should be able to buy anything you want. Yeah, go online, go to a brewery and order it online. So,
it's a tax issue.
yeah, and I think the macros might have things tied up a bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So. Well, definitely, we're going to put a link down in the description below, and have already probably put some graphics up here on the screen for Don's beer reviews. Definitely go check that out. Subscribe if you have not done so. He does a great job, and I mean, you got to love the Scottish accent too. So, it's just that's part of the fun of watching.
I've got a neutral accent. I can't hear my accent. So.
Right.
That's part of the reason I've watched Don.
Yeah, exactly.
With subtitles on.
Yeah.
I even watch him cook stuff. I mean,
yeah.
I actually was doing editing a video the other day, and I done to put the automatic subtitles on, and I would say 50% of the subtitles were wrong. It was just it's an AI doing the translation, and it's just I had to edit everything, every line. I think so.
Right, we are a hot tub beer review on a lot of times to AI, so we'd probably get more views if we actually.
There we go.
That,
if we did that hot tub beer review.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I might set up a hot tub in my living room and do beer reviews from that. No, that would.
There you go.
I'd get banned from YouTube for obscenity.
All right, gentlemen, what are we drinking today?
So we're going to have the Innis Gunn Caribbean Rum Cask. So
is it
the main reason?
I would say Caribbean, but people from the Caribbean would say Caribbean, which is very close to the way you say it. How do you say it?
Caribbean.
Caribbean. Yeah. So, have you had this before, chaps?
I have.
No? Yeah.
It's been 6 years since I've had it, so.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened 6 days ago, so.
Well, that's why I've got the app. The app lets me know.
Yeah. So I've got my Saltire, my Scottish flag beer mat. Well, you can see that. I've got my Innis Gunn glass, which probably isn't ideal for a beer like this. So I'll use
put it in an Innis Gunn glass, yeah.
I'll use my craft beer glass.
Nice.
And I've actually got the Scottish flag right over my head here. You can't see it because it's turned sideways.
Right,
but that's I put up my Euro flags, So
the man cave is shaping up nicely.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah.
So
He needs a little more on the wall.
yeah, the walls are still a little bare. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do.
Get some tin tackers or something like that.
Yeah.
So I've got my giant bottle opener that was liberated from a hotel in Calcutta, India, by my stepfather, who's still alive. He's 99-year-old. And this is from Sherry's Cocktail Lounge in the Greater Eastern Hotel, Calcutta. So it makes a great weapon as well. Not that I would use it for that, but so it opens the beer every time. Saying that, it'll probably fail this time.
Well, look, if my little wooden one held up, that's been rehabilitated.
Yeah, I seen that the other day where it held the crown. I was very impressed.
Oh yeah, it's got my little magnet.
Yeah, we thought we'd lost his little buddy there at one point, but
my favorite.
Brought him back.
Well, he's a port. He's way ahead of me. He poured it already.
Yeah.
We were worried we were going to have to give.
This has been at the fridge for about 20 minutes, so it's probably, I don't know, 8-10 Celsius. I don't know what temperature it should be drunk at, but I would imagine
it's
room temperature 10 to 12. Yeah. Oh, does it? All right.
Their recommendation is to serve cold.
Yeah, it's still chilled.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
In an Innis Gunn, but I would.
Right. Yeah. 6.8%. So it looks absolutely beautiful in the glass.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
It's a great color.
Good looking beer.
It smells wonderful.
All right.
See if we can get the light through it. There we go. That ruby red. It looks absolutely.
Not enough people give an SRM, or not enough breweries give their SRM on their sites.
Yeah,
but,
I have no idea what this would be. 35 or something.
Yeah. Definitely above 20. All right.
Well, cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers,
As Don
mate.
says, cheers, my dears.
Cheers, my dears.
Cheers, my dears. It smells like a wet dog. I don't know if this is still in date.
Well, ours has been sitting for a while. How long have we had this, Ben?
I've had it a while. I don't know. It's got.
Ben,
I'll look for a date. We bought this probably
July 25, so it's okay.
Okay. We bought ours probably about a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had this in the fridge a long time.
Mine says Best Buy September blank 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 blank.
22.
Where does it say that?
Mine's
September
wiped off.
22 on just at the base of the neck.
Actually 23, July 23. I don't know if that's picking that up.
Yeah.
So it's only a year out of date. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think something like this would go off, would it? This has been stored in the fridge for a year.
Like something like this, I think would be fine. This is a Scottish export ale, formerly known as Blood Red Sky. That's why I didn't initially identify with it. It's a Scottish red ale and aged in a rum cask. Notes of spicy rum, vanilla, rich fruit, and demerara.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with demerara, like I was,
it's
familiar
like
with it. It is
the molasses in it. The treacle.
Yeah. It's a raw sugar extracted from the sugarcane and processed, and the malts used.
It's not quite as sweet as the sugar.
Yeah. Malts used are Innis Gunn ale malt, chocolate malt, and roasted barley. As you said, Gunn 6.8. Scottish barley, okay.
Scottish barley makes a difference, and Scottish water, of course, which makes a massive difference.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not saying it's the best water in the world, but some might say.
Well, I find Scotch to be the best, malts to be the best whiskeys in the world.
Oh yeah.
And thanks to the water.
We have found the water makes a big difference across all of these different brews.
Yeah, and you see some like the home brewers actually add things to the water to get that profile. Whereas in Scotland, it's just straight out the tap. It's just perfect.
We have reviewed one other from Innis Gunn. It was their original, and that was They say it's the number one craft sold in Scotland. Or the number one Scottish craft.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
They described it, or I was reading, it was described on one account as a bourbon barrel age, but they do it in a whiskey. The original it didn't describe it on the site as bourbon, but another thing tried to say it was bourbon, but I don't think that's true. I think it was a whiskey, Scotch whiskey, without the E. Yes.
Yeah, well, a lot of Scotch whiskies. There's a lot of Scotch whiskies are matured in bourbon barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe originally it was a bourbon barrel, then it was from the whiskey barrel, which it probably was because it was whiskey barrel aged, whiskey cask condition.
Mm-hmm. This brewery, I think we discussed it on the original. When you look at it, you're like, oh, this an old brewery. It's like it's been around, timeless. Nope, it was founded in 2003 in Edinburgh by Dougal Gunn Sharp. He worked in his father's brewery in Edinburgh as a teenager. Then in 1994, it was destroyed by fire. Again, another very classic theme for our breweries. As they were rebuilding it, Dougal started to redevelop some of the old recipes of the brewery, and one of the recipes won him the Champion Beer of Britain, and he became the first Scottish brewer to win that.
Right. Yeah.
Around that same year, I guess after the win, somebody from William Grant and Sons, which is a whiskey company there in Scotland, approached him about brewing a beer to season their oak casks ahead of filling with their single malt. So to create a beer finished whiskey for them. So then Dougal then kind of imagined the flip side of that. So he's like, oh, what about a whiskey finished beer? So that's when he got the idea of putting his beer in whiskey barrels to age them. And that's where original came from. They have tap rooms in Glasgow and Edinburgh, and then they export to over 35 countries. So we know where the gun comes from. And I searched everywhere why, the Innis Gunn. I was like, is it Innis Gunn? Of course, it's Gaelic in origin. It means island. But was there somebody named Innis who was an investor or somebody? But I could find nothing to explain the Innis part.
Then Ben Gunn is from Treasure Island.
Okay. That's right. Oh my gosh, you just brought back a bunch of memories.
That is a character, but I don't know if it's named after Ben.
Yeah. Well, Gunn was his middle name.
Yeah. Ben.
But Dougal's middle name was Gunn.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where the Gunn.
I don't know the Innis. They do, like you had mentioned, they do one in Irish whiskey, but they also do one in another Scotch, one of the Isleys.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Islay.
Gosh, I remember seeing that and I was like, that's what I want.
Yeah. I've got the Irish whiskey cask one. It's an oatmeal stout, and that is delicious as well. I've had a few of their beers. They're all good. Yeah.
Did he mention the distillery of the of that one, of the stout?
I've no idea. Jameson's or something. I couldn't say. I'd have to look at that. I can go and check the bottle if you pause.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, phone's been blowing up for everybody. God, 19 have missed.
Yep. It happens. There's a Toasted Oak IPA that they do. That would be really good.
Yeah, the beer room is in the West Wing, so it's quite a hike to. So, Matured for mellowness. Innis Gunn Irish whiskey cask. Scottish oatmeal stout. Let's see. No, it doesn't mention the distillery. No.
I just looked up. The Isla is Lafroig.
Oh, Lafroig. Right? I've got a bottle of Lafroig in my cupboard there.
Yeah. That's why I wanted that peaty smokiness out of that.
Oh,
That's
man, that
really
is
wish
my
I could get a
favourite
hand on
whiskey.
that one.
Yeah, it is delicious. But that one, what is this one? 6.1%. That is definitely worth trying. I don't know if it's available in Mississippi. No.
Hold your breath.
Yeah.
So that's the Irish whiskey finish.
Yeah.
I was trying to see it on their site. Oh, here it is.
No, it is available over here. I've had some buddies who have had that.
Yeah, it's very nice. I love oatmeal stout, so it's that mellow, smooth. That's the original there.
Yeah, we've had that one.
Yeah, that's the one. It was. I watched your review yet, and I went and bought some. So you inspired me. So it's your fault I'm an alcoholic. I'm not taking personal responsibility for it.
Yeah, they didn't even on their website. They didn't even indicate which Irish whiskey they use.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
All right. Well,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I have been to Bushmills. That's in Northern Ireland whiskey distillery. Done the tour, and at the end you go to the bar and you get a sample. So I asked the guy. I said, "You put water in this?" He says, "An angel's tear." So I dropped basically an angel's tear. I thought that was very poetic.
Yeah.
And actually, somebody brought me back from Bushmill because Bushmills is my favorite Irish whiskey, and somebody brought back their Caribbean cask Bushmills, and that is so nice. It's.
I'm going to see if I can get that. Yeah.
I mean, and probably my favorite Scotch is the Balvenie Caribbean cask.
Yeah,
aged.
Balvenie.
They're 14. Balvenie.
Yeah.
14 year.
God, Andy, you're butchering names.
Well, you don't. If you've never heard it,
you hear Don say Caribbean? I mean, geez.
Caribbean.
I've heard Caribbean.
It's in the song. The Caribbean Queen.
That's right. Yeah, what was it, Billy Ocean?
Billy Ocean.
Yeah. I used to know a drink. I used to drink with a guy when I lived in Newcastle. I worked at the university there, and he was a post-grad student, and he was from Trinidad. So his accent was Caribbean, the Caribbean. So that's how we'll all say it from now on.
Yeah,
Caribbean.
All right. Well, let's go around and rate this one. Don, as you know, we use a 10-point scale, half numbers. We like to, make it difficult here. You've obviously had this one, and you're the guest, so we'll let you go last anyway. Jay, what do you think? I always pick on Jay.
Spot.
I know. Yeah. It's my fault, right? It's good. I always find it interesting that the history of this, saying that this was just founded in 2003. I remember, probably 2004, 2005, 6, somewhere in there, having my first Innis Gunn, the original that we had. It kind of gave back some memories there, but this is subtle. I mean, I don't get anything that's overpowering. It's got the sweet. It's got you can tell it's been cast aged. It's smooth. Great flavor at 6.8. I enjoy it. It's not something I'm going to drink every day, but having the occasional one every couple of weeks or something like that, maybe. You guys know me. I go through a lot of one-off type beers just to sample as many different things as I can. So this would be something, if it's on a menu, I'd definitely come back to it. I'd say this is probably 7.5 for me.
All right, Andy, what do you think?
You haven't had it yet, have you been?
No, you've had this one?
Yes. I
guess
told
I'm
you
next.
early in the beginning.
Know
Know your role,
you know I don't listen to you. I mean,
place.
I block you out the whole time of the show. So.
Andy, we've talked about this. He doesn't listen. I mean, he's too worried about being the loser or the winner, right?
Technology.
Work with my tech here. Yeah. All right. I think the word that for this beer for me is smooth. It's expect with the Caribbean rum cask. I kind of expected some of that rum flavor to come through and it to be a little sharp, but it's not. It's not. I mean, the flavor's there, but it's not. It's not a bite on it like you would expect if you were just drinking, sipping on rum. And that's somewhat what I expected, just in my mind for whatever reason. But it's a really smooth beer. The flavors, just a touch of sweet there, but overall, it's really good. I like it. I'm with you, Jay. I'll grab it periodically when we can find it because it's it's not very often that we see Innis Gunn or come across it just where we are. But I think it's a 7.5 for me as well. It's just a smooth, pretty easy drinking beer. I mean, we've been chatting a little bit here since we have Don, and not in our normal cadence here, which is great. It's good to break out of that a little bit. But it's really easy to drink, really smooth, and it's one I like. So I would definitely drink it again. All right, now Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, thanks, Ben. I'm just trying to go and interrupt me. Definitely on the nose, you get more of the rum than the taste. It's got a lot of malt character, high malty, and sweet. So you need to drink this. You need to be in the mood for having some a malty sweetness. Not one on a hot day outside. I don't recommend this one. This is indoor winter style beer, but in the level temperatures of the attic, it's okay to consume. I've had it before, and like you said, it's been 6 years, so I kind of forgot how it was. But it's maltier than I expected it to be. Not a bad thing, but I've same level as y'all, 7.5. I will definitely have it again if I ever see it.
You guys don't see this over there.
I bought this in Louisiana, so no.
I mean, I can get it like a mile down the road. So
yeah, can't get it. All right, Don. Again, our special guest here.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this one?
I love this because the sweet malty beers. This is based on a Scottish red beer. That's the thing in Scotland. The beers are sweet and malty, but it's not overly sweet. You are picking up the rum, the woodiness slightly. It's very subtle, and the chocolate malt comes through very slightly as well. Maybe a bit vanilla, but it's very smooth and mellow, easy drinking. I don't think I could session this because that's 6.8%. It's there, it's you can tell it's a beer. But I bought a case of this, so I'm still working my way through it. But as Jay says, it's not something you have every day. This is a winter warmer sitting by the fireside, savouring. So I mean, I'm going to give this an 8.5. So this is, I think, an excellent beer. Very good indeed. That's not out of 100. That's out of 10.
Are you in the metric system? You're doing the
8.5%. No. But it's worth trying. I would recommend this beer if you like malty Scottish beers.
Absolutely.
And that may be the thing. I don't know how many. I mean, we've had a few, but we haven't just had a ton of Scottish beers over here. We just it's just not an option for us.
I don't think they're ubiquitous. They're you might get some BrewDog and things like that.
I have not seen a BrewDog, but I've seen a lot of UK people on Instagram.
Yeah,
talk about BrewDog.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of BrewDog. The brewery local to me is called Belhaven, and that's about a mile along the road. And I think
that's one of Ben's favorites.
Yeah, and so when I go to my local pubs, that's what I drink. Belhaven Best it's called, and it's only, I think it's about 3.5%. It's like a mild beer, what they would call a mild, and we would just call it a light beer. Yeah, a 60 shilling or something like that called in Scotland, and that is just an easy drinking, sessionable beer. But I've tried their stout and things like that, and that's sublime. So worth
the Wee Heavy we love.
On that. Yeah.
We've done the Wee Heavy and the Scottish.
Yeah, I only wish I could send you guys beers, but I would need to take out a second mortgage for this.
You'd have to.
Postage is like £60 or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Now
we got a Murphy's Irish Stout coming up.
That's a nice, creamy, smooth drink. Not as much flavour as Guinness. And Guinness hasn't got much flavour, so
it's
a nice, easy drink.
Baseline.
Yeah, you get it cheap here, £1 a can or something.
Well, we did two from Belhaven. We did the Wee Heavy and then the Scottish Ale.
Yeah.
So the Wee Heavy was the one that we really liked.
Yeah.
It's a nice beer. Yeah, Belhaven.
It's a really good one.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, guys. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me as one of your two fans. But hopefully we'll get the word spread and spread the word about your excellent channel. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a guest. I mean that.
It's excellent now.
It's even better now, And with Andy's knowledge, Jay's good looks, and Ben's editing skills, you're on to a winner. So I'll see if I can share this on Don's Beer Reviews, the best beer reviewer in Dunbar, Scotland. The only beer reviewer in Dunbar. I'm also the worst.
Be looking for that check that we're sending to you. Corporate's going to be sending your way. For your...
The invoice is in the post. So
there we go. So
I'll have a word with my agent and see if I can get you a reduction.
I appreciate that. That's going to give us a 7.75 for the Innis Gunn Caribbean Rum Cask. Definitely, we can't say enough, Don. We truly appreciate you joining us for beer. It's been great to watch your channel, and then also to have you on today and just chat with you. And obviously we watch your show, you watch our show, but the interaction with you and being able to just chat with you it's been great. We hope you'll do it again sometime if we can get another beer together, because we'd love to have you back on and just catch up with you.
I'd love to join you on the Discord server, but I think because of the time difference, you are something like a week behind.
Yeah, we are.
So, so it's hard to synchronizing that,
Sure.
I did log in the first time for ages this morning to the Discord, and to see if we could maybe stream it through that, to see I could use my webcam, my camera, my GoPro as a webcam sort of a thing, but I couldn't see that option. So
well, we'll get that figured out, but definitely can't thank you enough for joining us today. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. We definitely would appreciate that. It helps the channel, and it is free to do. Come check us out on all our social media platforms down below in the description. Come say hey on our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. Don is there. He's a week ahead, so he's going to give us all the stock tips that we need to purchase now ahead of time.
I live in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Flying cars, jetpacks, everything.
So he's going to keep us up to date, and we're going to turn that into a Wall Street channel. We'll have our own little room for that. If you have any interest in the Hopped Up Beer Review merch, link down below in the description. Jay's got a koozie. I've got a shirt. Check that out. And if you have any interest in the glassware or anything like that, we've got some links down below you can check out for that as well.
Yeah.
Once again, Don, I've said it several times, but definitely appreciate you joining us. For Andy in the attic and Jay and Don, I'm Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Thanks for dressing up, Don. Classing this place up.
I'm just waiting for the bobblehead merchandise. That's what I'm waiting for.
He's on to something.